in and out, but thought he played with pretty good poise tonight. But it's just a great win, 10-8. A lot of adversity with this group, a lot of adversity for Tim. And anytime senior night's very emotional, to see those guys and what O's done in his journey and what Tim Williams has done in his 2 years here. And, this team's without Devin Williams, who was a 31-game starter or 30-game starter 2 years ago. So really proud of their effort, really proud of how hard they played, and I just wanted them to make it the best performance they had at home. We had great fans tonight, 13,000, almost 14,000 people. Brought a lot of energy for us, but I thought our kids brought the energy, and then the fans joined in. So all in all, really proud of them. Really proud, and I'll give them a little bit of time to enjoy this one on senior night, and then we'll prepare for the tournament.
Coach, what you tell them at halftime? You like the focus was sharper and everything.
Yeah, I didn't. I was really fired up because I thought they really answered the bell. I thought they really answered. They could have gave in. We were down 4, and then we made a late push there and took a 1-point lead in a half. I liked their fight. I like how confident they were. We just couldn't get any shots to fall. I didn't, Van, I didn't think we had bad shots. I just think we were a little anxious. I thought everybody's a little – I think San Diego State was a little anxious. I thought we had opportunities. We just couldn't get it to go. But I think they settled in. We got some good stops early in the second half. That was probably the best second-half start we've had in a long time. And I think it's there's something about senior games. I had a great text from Hugh Greenwood today, and he willed his team, his senior night, to win, and I kind of had that same feeling with the two guys that I have, and I think they played at a high level. I thought both them guys played really hard, and I thought O got us started early, but, we came out with a win, and it was we needed it.
Greg, Elijah's last 3 games had the 6 free throw attempts, still had some points, but weren't his best 3 games of the season. And the first half, Takari Allen blocks a jumper of his, a couple shots, like you said, kind of went in and out, weren't really falling. He had kind of an option there to maybe to get frustrated and maybe take himself out of the game, but then he sort of took over that second half. Did you say anything specific to him at halftime?
I told him I was proud of him because he was showing some patience, which I think that's a sign of maturity. I think he came out and played the Elijah Brown that we know. I mean, I think he's had a year where he's done some unbelievable things. He started off missing 30 days of practice, which, you saw what happened with Tim Williams missing 30 days. So I just know how competitive he is. I think he showed maturity tonight. I think he showed patience tonight, and then I think he showed a will to win and a will to lead his team, and I thought he did a good job with that.
Did the patience come from knowing that Tim was back, and was there something different with him knowing Tim was back? Because he seemed to be pressing when Tim was gone.
Well, Jeff, I don't know if it's pressing. I just think when you get keyed on, when every team can prepare for you and really try to take you out of it, that can get frustrating. That can get overbearing on somebody, and then I think you have to do too much. I think he wants to put his team on his shoulders. I think it helped me that Tim was back. It helps all of us that Tim was back. But I thought Elijah Brown was outstanding tonight. I thought his leadership, how he willed his team to win. Now, he had a couple plays that were, why, but I thought all in all he showed a lot of maturity tonight.
Elijah's fast start. He must have been chomping at the bit to get out there because
he was really anxious. He was really anxious, and just it's amazing. His journey's just amazing, and just what he's done in the 4 years that he's been here academically, and what he's done with his speech, what he's done as a player, what he's done just with our team and our program is it's amazing. It really is for a kid like that.
Sounds like he's one of those ones that you'll always,
Yeah, it's just tough because the hard thing with those, he came over here the first time he was at elite camp or Lobo camp, he could barely speak English. And now, he's out there, he's got a mic in his hand, and I didn't know if he's going to give it up. So he's come so far. All my kid, they're all my kids. I mean, it's like we tell them when we recruit them. It's not a 4-year commitment, 2-year commitment. If you're a transfer, it's a lifetime commitment. It's just unique with O because I've been so close to what's been going on in his journey and his trials and tribulations and things that people just don't understand about what he's gone through. And that's why it's a little emotional to me. And he's just a special kid.
Coach, you were down 22-16 in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Then Williams hits a couple of shots, and that seemed to energize the team there. How big was that? When you're talking about them being energized by Tim and then having the lead at the half.
Well, I think the biggest thing, you made a great point. I think the biggest thing is it gave us a little confidence. We kept saying in the timeouts that we're going to make some shots, we're going to make a run. We had to relax. We had to kind of catch our breath and know that we were going to do it. In that little spurt, and then we got a 1-point lead. That really helped us. I thought it'd give us a little push going into halftime, and then they came out and played. That's probably the best start of the half we've had all year at home.
Now you get to go to the Mountain West tournament. Could you talk a little bit about getting out there and kind of, or do you want to wait? Do you want to wait on that?
No, I can talk about it. Are we going to have a press conference?
Whatever you want to do today, Monday.
I can have a press conference on Monday, but I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the tournament. I think it's probably one of those tournaments. I've been around it, going to it for 10 years. It's one of those tournaments I think anybody can win. I think it's pretty open. And I'm going to be real honest. I'm glad we're not playing on Wednesday. And I think that played into our guys. I think they were aware of that. It'll be a tough opponent. All of them are going to be tough. Every game's going to be tough. But we're excited about it. I mean, we're excited about the opportunity. This win's big, but we're looking forward to that because, I've talked to my team. This conference is a one-bid league, so it comes down to 3 days. Some teams it comes down to 4 days. You put together 3 days together and can grind it out, and you're going to go to the NCAA tournament, then anything can happen. So just trying to be really excited about it, really positive, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
You being from Indiana, you're going to have to rely on those Hoosiers, the Hoosiers background, how they come from behind and take it and do something.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, it was a really good effort by our guys tonight. You just know I know what my team's capable of. You've seen what they're capable of. So I feel really good about my team.
You were really animated tonight, so I kicked the scoreboard once, and then I thought you were going to tear into the ref. There was some confusion about whether it was a 60 or a 30 timeout, and you were intense about it. What was the deal with that timeout? What do you know?
You can't have 3 guys sit down and say it's a full, and they're sitting down.
And which timeout did they call? Which was it? What was the situation?
They didn't. There was no explanation. But if 3 of their teammates or 4 of their guys are sitting down, that's a full timeout.
Why were you so intense tonight?
I don't think it's not that I was so intense tonight. I think it's what your team needs. You know what we need to do. I need to bring some energy. I knew how much the win meant, and I knew I didn't want my seniors to go out losing. I guess I was a little bit too intense. Sorry.
Coach, there was one moment, speaking of being animated, where Valentine Zundu appeared to be hurt, and you were angry at them for stopping the game. What was the
Well, I think that's just – he had to stop the game. The kid was hurt. We had a play on with 4-on-5, and you want to get another basket when baskets are tough to come by. But I understand. He had to stop it. The kid's hurt. You don't know how bad it is. I got no problem with that. I think you want your team to go because the rule is you don't stop a transition unless we pulled it back. But he stopped. He thought the kid was really hurt. So I got no problem with that.
You have a problem with the fans booing?
No, we got great fans. Our fans are very knowledgeable.
More seriously, what's wrong with San Diego State? This is a team that was picked prohibitively, not it wasn't a close pick. I mean, they got 23 to 26, I think, first place votes, and and they finished sixth and haven't cracked 60 in 4 games now. What do you
I think the biggest thing is Steve Fisher's made an unbelievable job, done an unbelievable job. He created that program, I think. But he dealt with the same thing we had to deal with. Injuries are that's a hard deal. When you lose Pope like they have and lose guys that they have all year, we lose Tim Williams for 7 games. Those are hard to replace. You know, we as coaches can always, you know, everybody wants to say next man up. I don't have 100 football players. But I don't, you know, like the playoffs, the NFL, everybody says next man up. Well, they got 80 players or they got practice squad guys. But when you lose Tim Williams or Pope or whoever they lose that's critical to their team for a period of time, that's tough. It's tough. It stops continuity. It stops rhythm. And then you struggle a little bit.
You gonna take the Red Blazer to Vegas with you?
Could. I don't think it's ever been worn in a Mountain West tournament. I know it's been worn in an NCAA. It's been worn in an NCAA tournament, but not in a Mountain West tournament. I don't know. I'll have to see what my wife packs me.
It seemed that Tim did a better job of handling the double team later in the game. Was that an adjustment by you guys, or just him getting more comfortable?
It depends. I think he got a lot more touches late in the game than he did in the first half. So I think opportunities lead to handling things better. I don't know if he got as much touches as he did in the first half, and I think he made a really good pass out of the first time, and we didn't make the right play from the top, and we threw it and they stole it. So he's made right decisions all year. Elijah. He's made right decisions all year, and we knew he would, even though he hadn't played. So we worked on it. We talked about it, but you know, I got to give my kids credit. They really fought tonight, but he's going to make the right play.
You know, for him just coming back like that, I mean, he didn't look like there was. I didn't see him like a whole bunch of rust, you know.
Well, I'll just make this comment. We had Cam Bairstow, we had Drew Gordon, we've had Alex Kirk, and you guys have seen as many games as I've seen. I don't know if a kid's been doubled as many times as that kid. I don't think anybody we've ever had here, low post player, has been doubled as much as that. Maybe Cam. We were a lot harder to do that with the Cam because we had so many guys that could score it. But he's made the right plays. I mean, he played quarterback, threw for 2,400 yards in high school. So, I mean, he's got pretty good vision. I mean, he did that when he was only about 6'4", but now he's 6'8". So, he looked rusty to me, but he played great.
It seemed you were starting him slow, just 4 minutes in the opening.
Mhm.
At what point did you realize and just let the reins go?
When the other guys fouled out. I had to let him go when the other guys fouled out.
And you mentioned a couple weeks ago that when you take Jed out of the middle, it's hard to do the foreguard. Were you planning on having Tim be the center on the foreguard, or was that a matter of
I wasn't necessarily planning on it because Connor got in foul trouble. So if Connor wasn't in as much foul trouble, he would have been in there a lot more. But once he got in foul trouble and then we were in a situation where, we just got in some bad foul trouble. And then I just kept Tim in and I just went with it.
And how do you think it went with Tim as the 5 spot?
64-59 win.
So if we read this right, it looks like we get Fresno State 4 plays 5, we're 5, 4 is Fresno State. So what are we thinking about the seed Fresno? If that's correct, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So what are we thinking about Fresno State?
I'll talk to you on Monday.
Okay.
Thanks, y'all.